Order. It's a meeting of the Whispering Woods Board, HOA Board. First meeting, this is our organizational meeting. We're going to first establish a board quorum. And Tracy, for the record, we have a quorum. In fact, all board members are in attendance, John being through the phone, through Zoom. Okay, so we do have a quorum. Can I have a motion to approve the prior minutes from 2/18/25?
I'll second it.
Well, I need a motion.
I'll motion.
First.
I'll motion.
Motion. John, motion. Second. Josh?
Motion.
Okay. All in favor? All in favor?
Aye.
Any questions about those? Okay.
None.
Move on. Okay. First of our new business is organization of officers. So this is the organizational meeting, and our mission first is to decide what positions each of us are going to take for the next year. We can organize as needed, and usually it's done after an election. So let's look at the first position that we will look to put in. Let's look at, I think it's secretary.
Okay.
Who has,
I was the secretary, I think, before. I'd like to put my name in the hat to be secretary.
okay. Anybody else? Nosh, no? Trevor, no? John?
No, I'm fine. We don't need the second. I don't know the procedure. That's all.
No, I'm just making sure everybody's in agreement with that and there's no questions or anything, okay? So Tracy will put Joe as secretary. All right,
I'd like,
second, yeah, go ahead, please.
can we motion for positions, or no? How's that work? Yeah, motion.
I mean, you've all agreed, nobody else wants it.
No, oh, no, I know. Oh, okay. No, I got you. I'm saying like I'd like to motion for
You
Drew to
can.
be,
Yes.
like a motion for Drew to be vice president, since he was vice president before. Is anybody okay with that?
Vice
Vo-
President Drew.
You got no problem with that? John?
Has some continuity there.
Drew, vice president. So are you good with that?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I said I'm fine.
Okay, so it's,
I was listening to the conversation. I didn't hear anything else.
Gotcha. Okay, Tracy, you got that?
Yes.
Okay, nomination for treasurer.
I think.
I'll
okay.
nominate Nosh. Can I nominate Nosh?
I got no problem with that.
Okay, Tracy,
And I'll nominate John for president, since he got the most votes at the last election. Does anybody have a problem with that?
I'm fine.
Would you like, Nosh?
No.
No?
Nay.
Tara?
I can,
You could say no. Okay. I'd say Drew, no. Does anybody else want to run for president? I guess, do you want to run for president? How does that work?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
So who else
If
wants to
it's
run?
three-
If you guys say no, who else?
I nominate Tara.
Okay,
I second that.
Okay,
so Tracy, we have 2 votes for Tara as president.
and I vote for John.
John, obviously you vote for yourself or?
I vote for myself.
Okay,
It's a little hard to hear Tara, but I gather she nominated herself or. Okay.
yes,
Correct.
yes.
Okay.
So you can just turn that, Nosh, get closer to her. John, can you hear it now?
I'm muted.
Ah. let me turn it yourself.
Nosh is Nosh is muted. Maybe that's why I couldn't hear it, because you guys only have one, so you don't get feedback, right? Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
So what's happening with president? I heard, I
That's-
didn't hear. Can you?
Got 3
recap?
votes for you, and then you
Joe
got 2 votes for Tara.
Oh, okay. Great.
All right.
Okay.
I will vote for John for president.
Okay.
So we have 3 votes to 2 for John as president.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's one.
Sure, we can.
Yeah,
Suspend the rules for comments from the floor.
Yeah, we
I
agree.
can't make a motion to do.
No,
that.
no, thank you. We agreed to do that, so thanks for bringing that up. So at this time, let's hold on, suspend the rules. Let's offer comments for anybody in the audience or online that wants to make a comment. We asked just to limit it for a minute, so we
Right.
can move things along. And I'm sure you have other opportunities to talk as well. So go ahead, anybody?
I'll make a comment, perhaps it's more of a question.
Natalie Figures want to comment once I'm able to. I'm coming in now.
More than anything else. He had run with, as part of, two other individuals that were, going together. I, as a member of the community, view those three as, being united in, moving for the board. I'm surprised, John, that you didn't vote for, Tara, for president. That really surprises me. Concerning, and with respect to many of the comments that you've made in the past. And that comments from the community, looking for real change from this board of directors that's providing oversight to our committee. And John, quite frankly, there's a view that you were part of that old board. And that you had made comments, as part of running, that, you were united with Nash and Tara. So this is a comment, I guess, more to John, that I'm very surprised with regard to the actions, today regarding you being as president, being nominated as president, and more importantly, voting against Tara as president. So that's my comment.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Anybody here?
thank you for the.
Anybody else?
Who was that was speaking? Can I ask?
It was easy.
I'm walking in now to comment Natalie Figures. I'm outside the door.
Okay, anybody in the room? Comment? You guys all good? Okay,
Anybody else online?
I would like to speak. This is Octavia McDougall.
You're good. You can speak, Octavia. Can you hear us?
Okay, well, I'm actually very shocked by John's actions. John knows that this whole initiative for change started with Tara, Nosh, Vivek, Tangela, and Natalie Figures. He wasn't even on the original recall ballot. He was added as an add-on after the fact, after momentum had already been started by the collective. And so to turn around now and undermine the efforts of the decision makers group, as you call it, is very, very, very disturbing. And at this point, John, if you're going to start this early with undermining the very campaign that we all fought for, we will continue to recall you, Drew, and Joe. Okay, there's a recall that's still out there that's pending right now with two of the current board members. And for you to sit there and side with them after all the efforts and all the meetings that you sat in and promised change for this community is disgusting. Okay, I've heard about the condescending remarks that you've made, that, you feel that Tara isn't qualified to be a president. How dare you? She led this whole campaign with nothing but grit, hard work, and determination. For you to turn around and not vote for the very person that got you a position to even be able to run, to be on the board, is disgusting. Furthermore, I know for a fact, and it's been confirmed, that you were on the board for some of the changes that we're trying to make happen right now. You were the president before, and you never disclosed that to us. You never told us that you were on the board with Stephanie and Barry. And now I'm finding out so much stuff that you were involved in that's very disappointing. I respect you as my neighbor, and I respect you for the volunteer work that you've put in. But I'm telling you right now, John, this is not the way to start this term. It's not right. And I have added in the chat a couple of my other points. I don't know if you care to read them.
Octavia, can you follow the rules of the meeting?
Oh, I don't know. You told me I could speak, and that's what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah,
No,
you
you're
can,
fine.
but you have a minute to speak and it's.
Oh,
been
I
over.
don't have a timer. So just tell me that my
I-
minute's up and I'll be happy to
I-
wrap it up.
I've been trying to.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear you and I didn't see you. No problem. Am I done? Is my minute up now?
Is,
All right, thank you, Joe.
Natalie? Sorry.
Awesome, so I'll.
Turn it this way. Yeah, turn.
Have a minute, which is kind of short and unreasonable in my opinion, but John, you pulled a fast one on me. Everyone said you were gonna do exactly what you did, and I vouched for you. So good for you, you pulled a good one on me. But what I can say is, as hard as I work to put you in, I am gonna work as hard to rectify the situation. And thank you again for proving everyone right, what they thought about you when we were campaigning for you. So good job, well done. And that's all I have to say. And sorry, you guys, that, this wasn't as we planned, but I believe we worked well together. Unfortunately, we did have a wolf in sheep's clothing that put a fast one before us. That's all.
I like to speak.
Terry, you want to speak, you said?
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
I was working with Tara from the day she begun. She's so highly motivated. She really cares about this community. She works well with other people, will bring you all together to achieve things that we need to achieve in this community instead of being one-sided, self-centered. She will be for all of us. And I think she'll be able to finesse and talk to us. And I'll be by her side working with her, and we'll create a great community. I say, let's all vote for Tara, because that's why I got involved. And I did the whole East Side in the beginning until I hurt my leg, but I'm for Tara. And she has a wealth of knowledge on all the laws, and she's done this before. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry.
That was Terry.
Terry Wooding. Does that, anybody else have a comment?
Yeah, Joe, Drew, I'd like to make a comment.
Go for it.
Yep.
I'm saddened to hear these comments. I just need to say a few things. First of all, as president, I will work to bring the entire community together, no matter who you voted for, the old board or the new board. I do feel I do have support. I got 99 votes out of 150 to be on a director. It's not a mandate, but it's more. And as far as switching sides, from the very beginning, everybody knew that I would serve as president if asked. And it was between me and Tara. Tara knows that. And it came down to the end. Nobody argued about positions being offered. And it just came out. I'm happy to accept president. I'm sorry that people feel a backstab. I will say, yes, I was on the board with Barry and Stephanie, but it was not at the time those bad amendments were passed. If you read my bio, you'll see that I was voted off the board in 2016. Those amendments you're talking about were 2017. It's exactly the reason the board took to kick me off the board by proxy vote. That's why. So don't blame me for those amendments. I fought against them. They kicked me off the board. They passed them the next year. People change. And just because I was on the board with Stephanie and Barry and other people before, doesn't mean I'm part of the old board.
Pass your time. Thank you.
Time to heal.
Is there anybody else?
Any other comments?
Yeah.
I'd like to hear from Tara.
Yeah, no, so it is disappointing to see you do this, John, but the reason why you got 99 votes is because everyone that was loyal
Put
to
her
me
back
that
in.
voted for you, they voted for you out of loyalty for me. That's why you got the votes that you got. I have been told from the people that did support you, you asked them not to vote for me, but that's fine. But the reason
No.
why you're so high is because of that. And the reasons that you said you did not want to vote for me is because you felt like a flight attendant couldn't do or be president, and that's fine. But what we're gonna do at this point.
We are not able to hear you, Tara.
You have nominated yourself. And we're gonna work together. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna figure this all out and we're gonna work together because that's what the community wanted. It was a change. And I'm here for change. I'm ready to work and I'm ready to do the things that I set out to say that I was gonna do. No matter president, not president, a position I have is the people put me in a position on the board. I speak for the people and I am for the people. I'm not for myself. I'm for the people. And I will stay here until we get things done.
Thanks.
Thank you for saying that, Tara.
We got anybody else?
Appreciate it.
This is Bill Glick. I'm definitely for change. I've been here for 13 years and I'm glad to see some changes. But I would say, and I don't know John, so it's not like I'm a friend of his. I just met him at the meeting and one other time. But I think it's it's something to say about some consistency about the experience of being on the board before, regardless of positions, and knowing the nuances. And it's a pretty big learning curve, I would say, initially. And he was a long-term resident of Whispering Woods, who's familiar with what has occurred in the past, and I'm sure he's familiar with changes that are needed. So I would, and we, it was voted for him, and he did get the 95 votes. So I would, my thought would be to continue as was voted.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank
Anybody
you.
else? No? I'll leave this to you guys. That's it. Okay, moving on to the next item, we're back to Robert's rules. Organization of bank signatories. Tracy, would you take that, please?
Is there any motions or second? I didn't see it when I was on there, so none of the
I
positions passed.
I motioned,
You only motioned once. I was on there and it's recorded. You guys could play it back. There was no motion or second for the first two positions. So the treasurer wasn't motion second. The
I
vice
motion that
president wasn't
Nosh,
motion
I motion that Nosh is treasurer.
And then it
I
has to be
second.
second.
I second that.
Second.
I
Thank you.
motion
John
that,
nominated Nosh, Joe second. Joe nominated Drew, Nosh second. Joe motioned for John, Nosh motioned for Tara. Self, Drew nominated John, John nominated himself. We do need a second on that.
I second,
You already,
So it still happen again if it wasn't second, if it wasn't done properly the first time, so it.
I motion for John to be president. Do I have a second?
I have a second.
And
I
then
don't
the
second
vote-
that. And I'm voting for Tara. My goodness.
No,
No, it
right, that,
wasn't there, it was John.
we're talking about, sorry, that's the board. So then,
I'll second my nomination. I thought I did.
You did.
Any
You know,
opposed?
so-
any opposed?
I oppose.
We have two opposed.
Two
Two
opposed.
opposed.
John, why don't you want Tara to have a position on the board?
We already did,
We've already,
There's no more positions available, but we don't.
The
It's
next
not,
is-
And you think that's right, John? After all the work that we did?
Octavia, please, hold on.
You're not prohibited by bylaws in terms of adding other officers. You could have another vice president. There is nothing that prohibits you.
it's correct.
All that has to be done is a proper motion and second by the board and voting with a majority that you, in essence, install another officer. That can be done. That's just a comment.
And voted it and happened
Thank
for the
you.
vice president.
Okay,
Seconded
I-
and the vote.
I have a suggestion. Joe, can I speak for a second?
Go
Go ahead,
yeah.
John.
Okay.
I have a suggestion. Izzy, I think that was Izzy. I don't have a problem with doing something now and assuming it's legal and kosher. And if we come back later and find it isn't, that's fine. We'll have to deal with that. But the first thing I would say then is I would say that I will motion as a fifth officer to have a second VP of Tara. I think that's appropriate and a good idea. If that's legal, it is. We'll find out later, but is there a second?
Okay.
Aye.
I oppose.
All aye.
Yeah.
It is legal, so vote.
Yeah, I said oppose.
Let's do it. Let's do it, everybody. Let's make it unanimous. I think it's a
So-
good
Nay,
idea.
that's a nay for me.
One no.
One no,
Two no's.
I vote for myself.
And I
Yes.
said yes.
So it properly passes. Okay, next. Like procedurally, we have to have someone here that's.
We're doing that. Are we not doing that?
Obviously not. That's why I had to have you guys start over.
Not totally correct.
No,
That's all right.
can we move on?
Yes, so, Tracy, we're talking about next on the agenda is organization of bank signatories.
yes.
Can you bring us up to speed on
Yeah,
that now?
so, on, the list that I sent you was, the number of signatures that are currently on all of the accounts, with the Popular having 2, the Chase Reserve having 2, Chase CD having 2, Chase Reserve, the other reserve having 2, all the Truist accounts having 3.
Okay.
So generally, it is the president and treasurer, followed by a vice president.
Okay, so is Drew on every single one of those accounts right now?
Drew is on all of the Truist accounts. All new signatories, Popular and the Chase Bank, and I need the new signature for the Truist.
Wouldn't it be appropriate to have the president and the treasurer as signatories?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we're doing.
Well, but
Okay,
if
I'm sorry, I can't hear every word. Okay,
you said the president and the treasurer,
Right,
yes,
but
that's
there's
correct.
3 on the one on the bottom.
On
1,
all of
2,
the
3,
Truist have
4.
3. Because those are the ones that we generally use. The rest of them, like one of them is an ICS.
Who's ready to go upstairs for bath time?
Can you mute? I know John has to do it though.
who is it I'm muting?
I would just mute everybody, so you're ready to unmute.
Okay. Whoever needs to speak can unmute now. All right, you should be able to unmute, but everybody's muted but me, but everyone should be able to unmute yourself. Is it not working? Nobody can hear. Great. Let me see what I can do here. Let me stop sharing.
There.
John, can you hear now?
Okay, so
I can
can't do it
hear.
when I
I'm not sure what's
share.
happening. I could hear you, John.
Okay, but no one else could talk. So I had to take the share off. That worked.
Already on there, then we can just take that off.
Say it
and
again.
Put me on as the third
For which?
for the 3 accounts.
What?
Is it the
Put you as the
Truist?
third, put you as the third signer, that's what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay.
John, did you hear that?
So
Oh, one second.
I
John,
think,
did
was it Tara putting as the third signer on the Truist accounts? Is that what I heard?
Correct. There's three accounts there. They're saying that need 3 signatures.
That's fine with me.
It's confirmed myself as treasurer, John as president. And the third is gonna be, I'm guessing Tara.
I'm
I'd go
fine
for-
with that.
Go for Drew.
Okay, I go with Tara. John,
And Nosh. I don't know
So-
why I hear you, Nosh. It says you're muted, but I can hear you. It's
A
weird.
motion.
No, because you're right. John, he's right next to me. That's why you can hear him.
Oh,
He's on-
okay, gotcha. All right. What, am I missing something? Somebody rephrase.
Who's the third signature,
is
John?
the
Since you
third
have 2 VPs right now. So it's Nosh, you, and Nosh just.
I
motioned.
heard,
So
What?
who are you?
So why would you take Drew off of it if he's already on it? Didn't that add more work for the board?
Well, first of all, Drew is a part of the recall effort.
But-
So it doesn't matter. Drew was a part of the recall effort. And there needs to be something that is for change and needs to be new. I don't know how long Drew is gonna stay on. We're still in that phase. I'm here for a year. I don't know that's gonna happen. What's gonna happen? So it needs to be changed.
Okay, or it could also
all
be
right.
4.
So I'm fine if there was a motion. I'm
I
fine.
motion,
with
I
Tara
motion
being the
for,
second.
I
Third.
motion 4 signatories on the accounts. Is
I
that-
say nay, you don't need 4. You need to pick, John.
So
Sure.
generally, when we're approving accounts payable,
Okay.
it's 2 signers. For all of the Truist accounts that our operating comes out of, that's done automatically through, online through Enumerate, and there's 2 signers.
Okay.
The third and or fourth
It's
would
just in
be
case.
in case of emergency, like now when we currently have no signers.
So what's wrong with having 4 people that could sign?
It's too many
10
people.
signers if you want to, I mean, it's up to you
That
guys.
is unnecessary, but. we
So
need-
I'm just so I understand. If something happens to, to. let's
Me
say
and
you-
John.
Or you two, you're saying that it's better to
It's been
have,
3, that's how it's written there. You
I'm,
can-
I'm,
you
a-
can
I'm,
say
a-
your
I'm
point.
asking.
Okay,
Right,
it's
so
3, it's
you're,
3 signatures.
so let me ask the question. If something happens to you and Nosh, and we needed 2 signatures, you're saying it's better to have nobody sign checks than to have a board member along with John sign check? Just so I'm clear.
No, I don't think that, hold on.
I'm asking
How
Tara.
about we do this? Take me off the Truist accounts, put in Tara, Drew, and Nosh on the Truist accounts, so you still have 3.
Now, I think with the laws,
think president
I
has to
don't
sign.
know
President has
if
signed.
the president can come off.
Oh, the treasurer's in charge.
Treasurer is in charge.
So the president doesn't necessarily have to sign.
No, but we require 2 signatures.
Go for it.
It's
I'm fine with
the
that.
president of
I'm
the
fine with
board.
it.
Okay,
Me, Drew, and Tara.
there you go.
Second,
I second it.
We're
Well, you
talking the
know-
Truist accounts,
I'm
right?
Excuse me,
Yes.
The 4
Excuse me,
that,
are you talking about removing the president from signature?
Yeah,
That doesn't make sense at all. The president, if he's the leader of the board, should have the signature line.
But it's not on all the accounts.
Doesn't matter, you should have the signature line. If you're president, you're a
I
president.
thought
If
we
you're
had to
not,
wait and we
you're not.
weren't allowed to interrupt.
you're
We have
not.
elected
You gotta-
enforcement here
you
because
gotta,
I'm starting to get
John, you
offended.
gotta keep people muted until, it's comment time.
All right.
People that are online saying that Drew wasn't voted in properly for the vice president, so I don't know what happened there. It's not done properly.
Didn't you have it here?
Joe made a motion, Nosh seconded, and none were opposed.
I was opposed.
There was no vote.
There was no
Drew
vote.
being vice president?
Yeah.
I motion,
I
I
can't
motion
vote
for,
I cannot vote for Drew or Joe. Yeah, no. I mean,
right, but
but
yeah,
the
it was
motion,
not,
but
Nosh
you
said
said
yes.
there was no one that,
John said yes. That's 4, that's
wait,
4
who
votes.
said,
Tara-
wait,
Tara was opposed.
Nosh should not, no.
What are you talking about?
Nosh said keep him as vice president.
Yeah, he did.
Said no vote happened after it was seconded, so no vote actually happened, not comments, but a vote didn't happen. So that's what I remember.
Okay, we'll have to go back to this because we're kind of past this. So back to the bank signatories, I guess what I'm asking is there any harm to have more signers if something were to happen to 2 people?
It's not for the general operation. Those, I need to know who those 2 are, but
Right, we're just talking about
The
like,
general operations is
we're,
you and John.
John,
yes,
Okay.
those, yeah, we're talking about those, are the first 4 counts are 2 signatories. Right?
president, treasurer, correct.
Which, okay, so what I'm saying is, what's the harm in having 4 people, just in case 2 people are out of town, or whatever may happen? I don't see, whether it's Drew or myself on the board or not on the board, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that we're, setting
I think
precedent
it
for
calls for
everybody.
3 signatures. That's what I would say that it needed to be. You don't need to add, it needs to be 3 signatures. So, John, who are the 3 signatures that you're stating? It's yourself, it's Nosh, and who else?
Okay, if it's up to me as president on those Truist accounts, if we can't have 4, which I haven't heard an answer if we can't.
I motion that we have 4. So does anybody second that we have 4? No seconds? Then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay,
Then I'm fine for the Truist accounts to be myself, Nosh, and Tara.
Right.
And just to be clear, it's any one of 3, not all 3 have to sign any checks, right?
you second
I
it.
second.
Okay, and I agree.
Aye.
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 So next, organizational committees, right?
Yep. So next up on the agenda, organization of committees. We passed around the current committees that we have. You guys have a chance to take a look at that.
Let me try to put it up again now that everybody's.
Yeah, John, thank you.
Can, right?
Yeah.
The
Committees
two
I have.
that we are going to be having coming up
It's in the handout. It's in there. Look, it's right there.
sooner than later, like by the end of this week, next week.
You guys,
Are going to be architectural. I have 2 applications that are in the works. And new resident. I think I have 1, 2, maybe 3 purchases happening by the end of the week.
And, Nancy's off.
Yes, Nancy's leaving.
Nancy, yeah, she told me that she's, yeah, and, well, the gate thing is still, Ed's on there, but Ed's off too.
yeah, let's look at, to Tracy's point, let's look at the ARB first. That's
Oh,
not one of them.
okay.
I don't even
ARB.
have an ARB from Tracy here.
What
There's
violation?
no ARB.
Entrance and new residents.
Correct, John, but that's as Tracy said, that's a very important committee. We need to staff that first.
All right, let's do that now then. Well, do we have, what I was hoping we could do is find out what residents are interested in which committees. You know,
Okay.
because there's people that might not even be in this call that might be super qualified and very interested. Can we just do something now for these immediate ARBs and give us time to poll the community for who wants to be on what committees?
Well,
For later?
these they haven't been submitted in completion yet. So we're still going back and forth. And you have 30 days to approve them once they've been submitted. So you have some time, but
Yeah, but all fairness.
Can we, let me ask, I'm a little confused. Am I running this meeting now or is Drew finishing it up?
Take over.
I don't want to
Take
step
over,
on its toes. Sorry?
Take
John,
over.
go ahead.
Okay, let's do this. Let's, on this call, if we could find out if anyone on this call is interested in serving on certain committees. And then we'll also do a community poll later, and then we'll have another board meeting soon when we'll narrow that down. Does that sound okay?
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
I mean,
Okay.
in the meantime, could
You
we,
may have to
John,
unmute yourself, but if you're on the call and you're interested in serving on the ARB committee, which is responsible for approving, reviewing and approving applications for changes to landscaping, driveways, roof ceilings, whatever, buildings.
Talking about ARB.
Just take a list of names.
Talking about ARB committee, right?
Yes.
Okay, so ARB committee.
Wait.
Yeah, we're doing ARB committee first.
What are the committees?
Oh, that's what, okay, so as. that's
ARB
what I-
committee, right? Sorry. I didn't have anything.
We've got entrance project, we've got, the violations and, new resident meetings.
Yeah, we're not dealing with this right now, are we? Correct.
But they're asking what are available.
know what they are.
That's
Okay,
what they're saying.
so right now it's violations committee.
He's got them on the
go
screen,
ahead,
but
Nash, not
Yeah,
the-
I'll let you know. The violation committee right now is up there. The entrance project committee as of now is on pause. And then the new residents, which Tracy has just announced that hopefully we're having 3 new residents move into the community. So we need either board members,
combination.
combination of committees. So as of now, that has to be a number 1, and then I'm guessing the ARB is second, correct? If I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. So as of now, our main goal is to get the new residents up to date with the bylaws and the whole 9. And then we're going, next is gonna be for the ARBs, and then I'm guessing violations and landscaping and so forth, correct?
You're right.
you guys can have whatever
as
committees
many as we want.
you need. Yeah,
Okay,
I just need to know who's who for.
and
these.
is there a minimum of how many people can be on this one?
3 people?
Okay,
Must
oh,
attend,
must be,
must attend,
must attend.
must attend.
Okay,
But
so,
we can have as many as you want.
okay,
I
All right.
believe.
so for the violations, it has to be 3 must attend, okay. And then for new residents, we've got 4, we've got Drew, Stephanie, Tara, well, Nancy's gone. So anybody else that wants to get on there that is educated on that's for the new residents.
And real quick,
Go ahead, Drew.
hey, John, how about, I don't know, how about this? Is there anybody in attendance that believes that there should be a new committee or something, that we have to add? Huh? Communication, okay, whatever it may be. So if anybody has an idea of something that they want, like a new committee, like say, we got Sherry Weir?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
So, I've made this recommendation before, which is I would like a committee who would evaluate and align all of our existing rules to make them standard and to get approval through the community. So a rules committee,
Rules committee?
and also the same committee should also be in charge of supporting the chartering and documentation for all the other committees. I believe every committee ought to have documentation. I ought to know what every committee does, what it is,
How they do it.
and how they do it. So process, procedures, rules. I'll give you a name. I can email that to you tomorrow or something, but I think that's a committee that needs
Okay.
some real commitment and some time. It's gonna take a lot of
So
time.
how about, John, how about we, that's cool, I'll write that down, but any other committees before we start
New
kind of
ones?
talking?
No.
Anybody online, but John, you'd have to,
Yes, it doesn't have to be now. I think as you get organized, it's a best practice for not-for-profit organizations to have a finance committee.
Mhm.
finance committee.
And that committee would be responsible to review the financials on a monthly basis.
Okay.
Review the audit, to meet with the auditors, and to report back to the board. You know, periodically, the financial position of the organization and general plans. Also to kind of review the budget. It's not a real big, hard
That's cool,
budget, but.
that's good.
You're
agree
on
with
the
that.
committee, right?
So, I agree with that.
I agree with
Uh,
finance.
Let me
How about,
Well, let me ask you, would that also review contracts for vendors?
No,
That's compliance.
that generally doesn't happen.
Not talking about compliance, but for negotiating, stuff like that.
I don't think that would be the rules commit. No, that's the board.
Talking about the finance
He's
committee.
not
then it's
hearing
different.
us through that speaker.
Yeah, I know, it's, John, you mentioned the finance committee.
I did. I mentioned it earlier, yes.
so, do you have anybody online, John, that wants to, maybe, add a new committee or thinks there's a good committee that we need to make before we start maybe?
Nosh, finance would be your bailiwick here. I certainly think that's a good committee to have, but that's one that can wait. I think in the interest of time, I think we should focus on the ones we need right away, as Nosh was mentioning. And that would be the ARB and new resident. And as far as new resident, I think it's fair to start from scratch and have the board vet who wants to be on it.
I agree.
So
do we-
who on the call wants to be on the new resident committee?
I'll be
Is that it?
interested in being on a committee, John.
You want that one, or do you want communications, or do you want them
I
all?
like communications and new residents.
All right, so Octavia's new resident for now.
we do
And
new
if
question-
anybody
question.
can't use their phone, just go in the chat, please. If the unmuting is not working, I'm monitoring chat.
Hi, John. This is Salim. May I speak?
Yes,
I'd like to start getting involved. Maybe I could learn with the ARB, starting with the ARB committee. You can put my name down as an interested party.
Give me 1 sec. Can we just stay on the first one, which is we're doing the new residents, right?
Yes.
sure. I have Tangelo said in a chat, she wants to be on the new resident committee. So I'll put Tangelo's name in.
Tara, would you like to stay
Willing
on?
to
the
stay
new
on, are
committee?
you willing to stay on the new?
I can stay on the committee.
Would you like to stay on the member committee?
I could,
Okay, so we got 1, 2,
I mean, if
3,
needed.
4.
Not me.
Is there anybody else online that would like to be on the new residents committee or yeah? All right, so we close that up. Is that good? All right.
My apology. This is Vienna Freeman. I will serve on the new residents committee.
Yeah.
So what was the second one that we were discussing?
ARB.
So now if we do now we got ARB one.
Yeah,
So-
ARB, I have some online. We have Tangelo, and we have,
So it's,
I thought there were two people. I only see one for ARB online.
That was also B, but I was driving. Couldn't type.
What name?
Salim Umar.
Ah, Celine, that's who it was. He was talking, right? Wasn't online. So that's 2 for ARB.
We got Angela.
This is Vivek. I'll also volunteer for the ARB.
Let me ask a question about this. Is the ARB completely non-board members?
No.
No.
So the board approves the ARBs. This would be for review of the applications and inspection of the properties.
Right, but I'm asking, does a board member have to be a part of the committee?
Not on the committee, I don't think, right?
A part of the process, for sure. I mean,
Okay, all right. So we're not looking for board volunteers for these then. I understand.
Okay, yeah, so this is more like the review of the ARBs, not the ratification. Is that the right?
Who was the other person online that said, Tara, you said it was Vivek?
Vivek,
Well, Joe's on there too.
wait, hold on,
Yeah,
Vivek,
sure.
you want, Vivek, did you want to be a part of the ARB?
Yes.
Is that- I just-
And you as well?
Yeah.
I already got on
He's
it
got,
already.
he's got you though.
All right, hold on. I may have another person. I'm not sure what Andrea Rutland means. She says new service committee.
Oh, she's saying, I
I don't know what new service committee is.
Service committee.
Okay, we're gonna table that one. We'll talk about it in a second, okay?
All right, that might be new resident. Okay, we'll go
Yeah,
back.
we'll talk about it a bit.
Okay.
That closes
How many
all-
do you have for ARB now? You got Vivek?
I
Salim?
got Tangeli, I got Mr. Arnold here, Salim, Joe, Vivek.
Okay, that's enough. That's plenty for ARB. Good, good.
Violation, the CCR.
Okay, so now it would be, we can do, violations.
Yeah, okay.
Anyone want to be on the violation committee?
Yeah, somebody said they wanted to stay on it. We have a Deborah willing to serve on the CR.
Yeah, Deborah Mulligan.
Okay,
That's
Okay,
separate from
can-
fines and fees.
Can I just want to get one thing, on for the violations, right, the names I have Shatri Betts,
Shatara.
Betts, I have Tara, I have Deborah Milligan, I have Angelica Roberts, Lee Brooks, Austin Cook.
So, but
You
Tara
take
has,
me out.
Tara has to come off because she's on the.
Tara's
board.
off, got it,
And you always need three, so no
got it.
matter what.
So far, I just have one, and I just have Deborah, and Natalie said she wanted to get on.
The Shatara, like who?
Shatara.
Do you know who usually attends that?
Usually it's Tara,
Oh,
Deborah,
you don't, right?
She can't be on.
and at
no.
least somebody else will.
we don't need to fill the spots today. There's, 170 people that aren't involved on this call.
So you're just talking about adding what, like new people that would want to be on?
Yeah, later on, right? We can't expect everyone that wants to be on a committee to
If
be on
there's-
this call.
I'm sorry, excuse me. If there's anyone online that wants to be on the violation committee, can you please write in the chat? Maybe we can't, or reach out to Tracy and let her know that you want to be on the violation committee. Usually I'm on the committee, but I'm coming off the committee.
Well, and if I can, so what I need the board to do is tell me what committees you guys want to have.
Okay.
We have, from the people that are present, we know who wants to be on that. We can publish these committees and take volunteers maybe. If anybody else is interested, I'm sure there's plenty of
Right.
other
Yes, the
people.
email.
Right.
Like, at least we'll get who is on, at least on the call now.
Right.
Hi,
So-
Tara, it's Deborah. I wrote in the chat, but there are so many messages in there now, it's probably lost. So I'm just reaffirming, I would be glad to serve, and they spelt my name wrong. It's Mulligan, like a golf shot.
So, anybody else that would like to serve on that committee?
Which one are we talking about? Sorry. Violations? I think Harold Figures, is that,
Harold
Right.
coming?
was that Harold Figures that said on the chat?
Harold, he's not
Or no,
Figures.
I'm sorry, not Figures.
Coming.
Cummings. No, somebody
Violation.
else.
Cummings, Harold Cummings, sorry.
Okay, anybody else? Want to move it on to the next one? Which is,
Yeah, let
Are we
John-
holding the entrance? Are we holding, putting that on hold for now or no?
Entrance is on hold, please, for,
Oh, yeah, it's on hold.
so we
As-
got, we got a base of everything, right? I do like the communications idea. Let's come back to that.
I have
Communications committee.
ARB, the new resident project is on hold, violations, CCRs, process and rules committee, and the finance committee.
No,
I
no,
believe it's
landscape.
there was the
Communication?
community communications for like. Committee. Yes, for the website.
Right. We
yeah.
have one.
Is that on there?
Communication.
She's
Are we
right.
asked for that committee?
Yeah, she's putting it on there.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So-
So did,
Wait,
so
how
many
committees?
As many as you
so
want.
far we
You can have
have.
as many as you want.
How many we have now?
Okay, let me just go over it. Tell me if I'm wrong. Just let me just go over it fast for you.
Yep.
Violations.
Yeah.
Right? New residents,
Or new, it could be called, new members.
whatever,
Yeah.
that's fine.
We have tenants also.
I have ARB.
Right.
Rules Committee.
Right.
Landscape. Finance Committee. And the last one I got right now is Communication Committee.
And, okay, and the ARB,
Should the rules be combined with the the violations?
yeah, I think that ARB, just depending on if everybody's in
No?
Keep it separate.
Keep them separate?
compliance.
You guys okay
Do
with
you
that?
get
Keep them separate?
The ARB.
Okay.
I think keep it separate
Keep it
would be best bet.
Yeah.
Okay.
John, what do you say about that?
I don't, you're trying to see if we can combine the ARB with
No,
which?
we're gonna keep them separate is what we're saying.
No, I had suggested rules and CCRs.
No, because rules will be temporary. Once those rules are done,
Perfect.
it's done. That
Okay.
committee will finalize, deliver to the board board will be done with it and
That's it.
close
Okay.
it down.
So I guess,
Temporary.
while we're on the call, who would like to serve on the rules committee?
Well, we can put it out, I got you. We can put it out to the community for volunteers for all of the committees.
I rule.
Okay,
So
so,
don't do it now or do it?
No, we don't have the entire community.
right.
Oh, okay. That's
Are
fine.
we done with committees?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, John.
So
Did you
Tracy-
get anyone from the current group to volunteer for finance, or is that waiting to go
Oh,
out to the?
we're not going to, we're just talking about the committees that we're doing. We're not gonna add the people yet.
Okay. Okay.
And Finance committee, we voluntold them.
Okay,
Just give,
yes, no
tell
problem,
them, you know,
definitely.
I don't think they're gonna do that now.
No, next.
John, next is the online meeting option on the agenda.
Is that on the agenda just for like an emergency basis? Or
So we're gonna establish that we're gonna do that going forward. That's all, remember?
that we'll always have an option for online, but I think I would love to still have a physical presence all the time. It's so much easier.
No. That's not what we ran on, John. We ran on for the meetings to be virtual. Do you not remember?
Are you saying only virtual? When we were proposing, we were proposing that all meetings be available for people on Zoom. not
John,
the
I have your
directors
campaign
there.
message right here. It says open meetings in person or on Zoom. Attendance with your input is welcome. You have it on your campaign flyer that me and Tangela created for you.
I don't disagree with that, in person or online. I agree. That's what I'm saying. That isn't what everyone's saying.
Okay.
I just want to make sure this isn't online only that was being proposed. I don't want online only.
It
I don't
says
think we-
online, it says online meeting option.
Okay, that's what I missed. That's fine. That's what I want, 100%. Sorry,
Going
Octavia, I
forward,
misunderstood.
Question going forward is, John, are we going forward with just online? Or are we sticking with both?
The HOA has to have a physical location.
Correct. We can do both, but we're saying online option. A lot of people
No.
want to do virtual as well. We should be able to have that option.
Now, how do we vote that to where?
I make the motion.
Can we-
Oh,
No,
okay.
I think it's, oh, okay. Let me clarify what I think I'm hearing. I think we're all saying the same thing, but I think Tara is wanting it written in paper that we will guarantee we'll always have an online choice. I won't say option, choice for people to join online. I think that's what Tara was saying, or somebody. I can't tell. So yeah, I am in favor of any motion that says we will have a physical and an online option at every board meeting.
So
Yeah,
John second.
I'm good with physical
anyone
and
in-
online option, right?
Opposed? None
I'm
opposed.
in favor.
Favor.
I'm in favor.
Good. That's right.
Go ahead, Izzy.
Understand from there's nothing specific in my reading of the bylaws that says that, one could read the bylaws and it would state that only virtual meeting or only in-person meetings are allowed. Someone could read the bylaws in that way. And so I would, organizations many times then make an amendment to the bylaws to allow virtual and or participation by electronic means. You don't have that in the bylaws at this.
Well, we're
Casey,
not,
that's membership meetings.
and we're not looking for
No,
like
that-
online
that's board
voting.
meeting. That's board meeting.
Okay, I have a solution. I hear that. We will
yeah.
make a motion, we'll vote on it. And
Meeting online, they can, the board cannot,
Right.
unless you have to, but you have to have a physical location.
yes, we
Yeah.
have the physical, yeah. So I think it's fine. I don't think the bylaws preclude having an online option in addition to physical, but we can certainly ask an attorney
Okay.
before we make it a rule. Like right now we're voting on this being a board resolution. It doesn't have to be an amendment unless the attorney says it has to be an amendment. We can vote as a board to make it a resolution, which is just below an amendment, but above rules and regulations. It's the same thing the board did with the three going into collections in a 5-year period was a board resolution. I'm fine with the proposal, making it a resolution to ensure that we always have an online option in addition to physical.
Yeah, I think we're okay. with that.
just looking at what the board members need to be physical.
Board needs to be
Not
physical.
necessarily.
Is there a second to my motion?
Online for the residents. The option is there.
So that's an
Correct?
option, but the
Correct.
board does
Good.
not have to meet physically. Okay.
No, the board does have to be
It
physical.
does have to be physically.
It has to be, the board should try to attend when they can.
The bylaws.
Got it,
So we
okay.
can Do that,
So I'll,
right? So can we do that now?
No.
Amend the-
No.
the-
No, yes,
No,
you
but-
can.
okay.
You
well,
can't, you
let-
can't amend the bylaws
Sure you can.
at a board meeting.
That's, your articles and bylaws do allow it.
Okay.
Well, I'm
How about-
not-
How
I'm
about
not a
this?
lawyer, but
We
I'm-
will ask legal if we can do that and then, bring it up. Is that fair?
To John's point, I believe you can do a resolution, but you cannot do an amendment without the membership.
Correct.
You
Absolutely.
require the membership to amend.
Yeah.
You require the board to do a resolution, which is the one step under, which
I think they managed to do that during COVID.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that was extenuating emergency circumstance. I think we had one meeting during COVID.
I mean, that is my resolution. And if legal says we can't do it, then that's fine. It'll come back. But for now, let's get it done because the people spoke. They wanted it.
And the location for the board members. It's, okay, so I second it.
Well, you motioned it.
I
John
motioned
already
it.
seconded.
Second.
Okay.
John already
John-
second, right, Tracy?
Yes, and
John's
then
on
we're
mute.
opposed.
All those in favor? Aye. Okay, I'm not hearing anybody. What happened? I don't show anybody muted, but yet nobody is. It just refreshed. So I'm out.
I can hear you, John. I've been
Oh,
hearing
you're
you the whole
back.
time.
I'm back. I can hear you now. So someone there should run the meeting because it's not
I
working.
can hear you, John. Everyone can hear you.
But I couldn't hear the answers. I asked if there was a second, or I asked all in favor of Tara's motion. I didn't hear any answers.
Maybe they're still thinking about it. I don't know if they said anything or not. I didn't hear them either.
I think Drew lost his connection.
Oh.
Drew is no longer in the meeting. Wait, yes, he is.
Listening on my computer, John.
Okay, you got us? You got us now?
I hear it. I see Drew now.
So
Yes.
everybody was okay with it?
Okay, thanks.
All right. Cool. So, do we, now,
So Tracy, there's an item to speak to legal about that one.
Right.
And you can write it up as such.
and now we want to, and then now, we got some people that want to ask questions on that, on that topic.
Okay, hold on 1 second. We got one question from the floor.
That's what we're doing.
Talking about. The 5 board members have to be present and the others not.
Forum.
You need a quorum of the board
Thank you.
members. Okay.
Good.
But this participation that we have, we can easily get 2/3 vote. I mean, because everyone, I just want to say for everybody online, I'm so proud of you guys for showing up and wanting to be involved, because this is what it's about. And it's about this membership telling the board what they want and not the other way around. So I'm very excited to see everybody online that wants to participate and to be able to help and guide us where we need to be and correct the wrongs that have been done. So I commend you guys online. Thank you so much for all your support.
Okay, Sherry, you got something?
For example, if we want to amend, we need a quorum, which means we could send out a quorum. As long as we have proxies, we can get a quorum and we can pass that amendment. We don't have to have everybody in place to vote
Right,
for
yeah.
that amendment, right?
But that's kind of, isn't that how it works now?
Yeah, but we
Yes.
haven't had a doggone, this is the first
Yeah, yeah.
time we've had a real vote in a
quorum.
long
Yeah, it's been
time.
huge. Right.
This is just has been huge. It's huge.
It's been a while. No, I think.
The
didn't we say
last
16?
amendment was 2017.
2017, yeah.
No,
2017.
100%. We've got 30 people present on this, which is a lot for any board meeting.
Saying that I can understand that amendments to the bylaws relating to membership has to go to the members.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The section though, dealing with the board of directors.
right.
They
They have to be in person, can't be
So should we-
both.
Yeah, unless they amend the
I
bylaws.
got one talking to
They
you.
can take an action to amend the bylaws
This is
Yeah,
why-
no.
for board meetings.
I
not
hear it.
membership.
Yeah,
Right.
that's not what we're talking about.
That's what I thought.
No.
Yeah, hold on. All
No,
right, so, we're moving, John, we're moving on to legal contract discussion.
Okay, there was a couple, did we ever finish communications committee?
Well, we opened the, so, Tracy recommended that we, as long as we have the committees, that was one of the committees that was added. That we can start filling up, like, we put out notice for everybody to join those committees, but we don't
Okay,
necessarily have to fill the committee right
Good,
now.
but let's go ahead and add Octavia to that, because she put her name in, just so we have that as a placeholder.
For
She was in
communication.
chat. And also there was a new committee proposed, which I like, online. And I don't know if this should be part of the welcome committee, but it was a proposal from Candace Alston for a social committee to organize community events, youth activities, which is beautiful. And I
Yeah,
think,
I agree.
I think that might be new resident combined, just to limit that. What do you guys think of that?
Yeah, just, you'd make it under the new members committee. It doesn't.
So Candace Alston on the new member committee. All right. Candace, you okay with that?
Yes, thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
So I guess now would be legal contract discussion.
Yes.
You mind if I take on that one? Just kind of
Sure.
talk about it real quick. All right,
Please.
so we're essentially gonna get some bids from some attorneys to see what we have with Bogan, what we don't have, with Bogan, if somebody could beat that. I know that there's a bunch of residents that weren't necessarily happy. What I've noticed is the people that haven't necessarily been happy have, been on the, call side of Bogan. I think that he's done us a great job. Our collections are under control. People are paying, and essentially, I don't want to pay for other people that aren't paying their bill. I don't think that's crazy to ask. That being said, I think there was a lot of animosity in the past, and Bogan actually asked me to kind of let him go from his contract. And after thinking about it, we need to have our contract with our new attorney in place before we do that. But as a board, I think we need to make sure that we have a good attorney, like, a good deal on our side. So I think we need to talk about, I guess I motion that we,
Well, let's just stay in, before we motion, let's just stay in discussion for a minute.
Okay, go.
Tracy, you know it best. What is the timing for notification on Bogan Law Group?
I don't have the contract in front of me. I want to say it's 30 days, but I'm not sure. I'll have to check and find out.
Because that could be enough time to find somebody else if it's more than 30, like 60. 30 is not enough, I don't think.
But ultimately, we should, I guess, John, let's find them. I do not think that Bogan cares, if it's 30 days or 5 days ultimately, but, what we definitely don't want to do is not be represented and, pay more.
100%. Well, the other thing is, it's more than just who's the association attorney. Comes with that is legal service address, which right now is the attorney, correct?
Correct.
So we can't just have no legal service address. So we can't terminate Bogan until we hire a new attorney.
Okay, and that, John, that needs to be ASAP. We
I
cannot
agree. Yeah, 100%.
Not knowing what he's doing. We need someone to know what they're doing. So Bogan we need to, if he's leaving, we need to have him go. That's what we promised the people.
That's why it's under discussion today
Okay.
at our first board.
Can we keep Joe as the liaison with Bogan Law Group?
Okay.
Can I just speak on that part? Going forward with Bogan, yes, when we were getting our votes and doing everything, a lot of the residents that we have spoken to, not who've been on the legal side also, which we can understand, but not. It is a problematic to have a law firm representing as a homeowner. That's how we, as a community, came to us because the people have voted us to be represented for the board, and we don't want to let our community down, everybody down, to where let's move forward. Now you're announcing that he wants to be released. Totally fine with that, but he still has a legal term until we can get that terminated. I'm suggesting we get 3 other bids from predominant, law firms that will represent our community or who have been dealing with other communities. And we just vote on that. If it's gonna be more or less, but just basically how the community has came to us is that where Bogan wasn't, no, correct me if I'm wrong, where he wasn't 100% on our rules and regulations towards other residents. So that now, just to get out of that whole dark cloud, let's go forward and get bids for, I'm gonna say 3 other attorneys, and all of us as board members, decide on which law firm would be best for our community.
So we motion to start
I can't hear that.
Anybody on the committee who,
Formal, but I mean, this.
if a resident that knows of a law firm or who was vouches for them, I mean.
I honestly think that an attorney hunt shouldn't be by committee. I think that should be the board. I think that's a different position.
Okay.
And 100% agree with lots of reasons. Bogan Law Group can't remain our attorney, but we do need to keep them because they're listed. We need a legal service address and that's it. But it has to happen ASAP. So that is, we need to look at the contract for them. Now, do we want to? Well, that's what we're going to do. So we need to, the process for looking for an attorney, we need to have, attorneys will send us their standard retainer agreement. I think the board should look that over. The board should compare that with what we're paying now and what we're getting now in an agreement. And we can look and have an open discussion about each of the people, each of the groups. It's how you do any contract. We definitely shouldn't share anyone's bid with any other bidder. That should be kept as a secret.
Sealed ballot.
Sealed ballot. Sealed bid. Thank you for that. And for this, that's what we need to do. So with this meeting, we could propose attorneys that we're going to go out to talk to, that we could save some time and get that done today. And I know that Drew has talked to a few. I learned today, Drew, that you talked to one that I was going to recommend we talk to. So I'd like to put Russell Robbins' law office in the hopper. along with Ryan, what's the name? Ryan Polikoff, thank you. In the running. Do we have any other names that are suggested that the board look at?
We have one, from PBR,
KBR,
and
Drew, are there others that you found that's worthy of us looking at?
that represents the non-HOA or condo.
he represents HOA, yes.
I'm asking, is that the one that,
He represents the HOAs, yes, one Polikoff, yes.
Ryan, that wasn't the question. Does that one represent your mother's HOA? He was talking, I'm just asking so that we, like, that's what he does.
He represents the HOAs and the condos, yes.
Got it.
John, to answer your question, it was a guy from Greenbrook Trolley, named Lawrence. I'm I'll look it up if you guys want me to go back over that conversation.
Drew, if you think that's somebody that's worthy of consideration after your preliminary work, we can put their name in and we can talk about it. We can ask all of the people we come up with for a retainer agreement. And then we can talk about the next meeting. We can, we should be able to do that the next meeting if we get the retainers in.
I just posted in the chat for you, John, the agreement. If you wanted to pull it up, it's in the chat.
For Bogan? I don't think that's 30. We could always.
30 days.
30 days, okay.
All right, so it's 30 days. You confirm that. Fine. Well, we don't want to do that yet, but at the next meeting, I think the 30-day notice could easily be appropriate by the time we have a new company selected. Thanks, Octavia.
Perfect. So we're good.
So John, you're gonna reach out to Russ?
He sent me a retainer today, so I have his already. So yeah, I got it.
And now you're gonna reach out to Polikoff?
Yeah.
Okay.
We try to ask for a, I think Bogan gave us, I don't know how many hours he did for us this year, but he was a flat fee for all of the services, right? Okay.
General.
For general legal services.
Phone calls, all of that.
Can we ask these firms for the same? I mean, I think that's important. I don't want to get billed, hourly if we can avoid it. Can we do that?
I'm not able to hear you, Joe.
Question is that it was a flat fee Bogan was giving us. Do we act for the same for the upcoming law firm that's gonna represent us?
Yeah, I don't know if that's in a standard retainer agreement, probably not.
Can we, let's try to ask though. I mean, just because
Can we ask the other law?
in the
firms if
bidding.
they
Of course you
in the
can.
bidding,
Yeah.
if they can.
Okay.
It's a standard question.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Only reason is, I mean, you don't want to get somebody that, then, at the end of the year, you got a bunch of billable hours. It'd be nice to just have a steady, it's nice to be able to budget for a steady amount.
And can I also, Tracy, can you be the holder of these?
Sure, as they come in, if you can forward them, and then I will group them all together and send them all to you.
I think we're gonna ask for them to see what bid. as well.
So was there a third or a fourth?
I think it's just legal. We're just talking. I don't think I don't think we need the motion.
No,
or
you
anything.
don't need to.
We don't need a motion or anything at this.
No, I didn't say motion. I said, I didn't mean that. Sorry.
Oh,
Was there a
So,
third?
Have
was there
one
a-
from KBR, and there's also another, I think Tara, I gave it to you already as well, or I might have included it in the email. John, I sent it to you. You were asking me about some contracts. I think I copied everybody.
I wasn't, right now I'm asking if there were any other lawyers besides Robbins and Polikoff that we were going to ask for bids from. That's all I was asking. Not contracts.
Grimberg Torg.
John, we talked with two others. One was not responsive enough. So we
Okay.
didn't stop pursuing that one. And then the third one, I think, was the guy who ran the course for the HOA training. K Bender, something like that, or is that in the other one?
That's KBR, yeah.
Got it, okay.
So we have 3 names, that's it?
Yeah, and we could more.
We can add more. I'll look for one, then I'll throw for it. So we have fourth.
I think 3 is enough, but what do you guys think?
Fine, three's fine. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Does everyone agree 3 is enough?
I'm okay with that.
You guys okay with that?
Okay, let's cut it off at 3. It's good.
All right, cool.
And this bit about the retainer agreement, not the retainer, oh, you can ask so many questions up to the retainer amount or something. I'll see if that's in the agreement from Robbins and ask for it. I guess we should have consistency though, since Tara's going to Polyakov. What is that exact wording you're looking for?
Well, essentially what we got from, I mean, if you read, I think the contracts there, like, he's just charging us for general counsel $10,000 a year.
10,000 a year for general. Okay, that's what I was looking for. I
think-
thought that was it, but I didn't want to assume. So general is not any legal filing or action, just any board member asking a question, right?
Correct or no?
Yeah.
Any board member asking, okay,
Right.
that's good. Thank you. All right, so I don't think we need any votes on that.
No.
Can we close the attorney discussion for now?
I'm good with it.
I agree, I'm okay.
Good.
Right.
Next topic?
Unfinished business.
Unfinished businesses.
Okay, so the unfinished business, you need to go back with the votes for the vice president, who you're picking, because that was done wrong. So we need to finish that, and the unfinished business, as well as I would like to ask you to put out, or have Tracy put out an apology letter to the community for the damages that have been done in the past, to families that have been affected and that have been called out wrongfully about things that were said about them, managing monies or whatever it is. We need an apology letter to be put out to the community.
I'm not, who's speaking? I'm sorry.
Tara.
Is speaking.
We need, before we even go forward, there needs to be an apology letter that the board, the previous board, slandered their neighbors. That's not the type of thing we want to represent moving forward. We're going to be working together. We need to put something out in a positive unity. We're not here to slander anyone. So an apology letter needs to be placed to every homeowner and those who were slandered by the HOA. The previous HOA with not paying bills. There was an email that went out. So that needs to be put in place, John.
All right, is that Tara speaking?
That's Tara. Yes, this is Tara.
Sorry, I said Tara because that movie I told you I was watching.
No, it's fine. Tara, Tanya, it's the same. I'm here.
All right, if we're discussing this among the board as we are, anything like that is about the previous board. And are you thinking that it's appropriate for the current board
Yes, it
to
is.
apologize on behalf of the prior board?
Correct. We are moving forward in positivity, John. We need to do this for the community. It's not for one's self.
All right, Tara, let me ask, I hear what you're saying. I understand why. In the interest of moving past it, I have two proposals. Number one, I could draft such a letter and send it around for this board to approve or disapprove. Or Tara, you could take a draft and send it around for this board to approve or disapprove or comment. I'm fine either way. I kind of like writing letters. I'd be happy to do it. And maybe since I'm a little bit further removed, maybe I should start it.
That's fine. I just want us to take accountability and I want us to be able to move forward from there.
Yeah. Tracy, can you be sure that's recorded in the minutes that John has an action to draft to draft it, and then the board will consider sending anything or modifying it at the next board meeting?
You can draft it or I can draft it. It's not a problem.
I'll start out saying I'll draft it. I understand the problems.
Okay.
And then everyone will see it. But, you know, I'm not guaranteeing something will go out. That's not going to be up to me. It'll be up to this board. Right?
Right. And the board's going to do the right thing by the community.
I'm sure they will. Yes. It's really annoying not being able to see everybody's face. We got to work on this for the next meeting.
Any other unfinished business? Is there anything else? I don't know that was business that was being
I
conducted.
don't even know what unfinished business was.
Finished business. Oh, we had to do the VP or whatever. Who are you picking, John, for VP? That wasn't done right. You said we would table it and come back.
The way I remember it, and I thought I heard Tracy say this, maybe
Right.
Tracy should say it.
Second vice president, Nosh seconded.
Move on.
Don't do it again.
No, because it was tabled from before to come back.
No, it was done.
We went back.
It was done.
What is she?
It's in the minute. Tell her it's in the minutes.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yes. Next on the unfinished business.
There is not.
There is no.
There's, the board hasn't done any business.
I mean, let me ask
yet.
something, as far as like just for the board.
hasn't done any business.
So.
I mean, there's nothing, you know, we're just
I
here.
do have a
Today's-
question, like, we need to fix this wall, like, what, we just, like, this whole tabling thing, like, what are we gonna do, just not fix it?
No, we're not, right now, what we're gonna do, the wall is what got you in this situation. The wall was the problem. The wall is that you lied to the people of this membership.
That's not.
Okay,
I don't-
the wall is a dead issue.
So the wall that- we don't need to fix the wall.
I'm not, no.
We don't need to
we're
paint
not-
the wall.
we're not saying we're not, we wanna fix the wall.
That's what
Right now,
we're
we have
saying.
other things that we need to do to make sure we go forward with the wall the right and the correct way. We haven't done that. Now we have people that are teaming up from the community to actually help us and not be shut out.
We just, didn't, we just.
Okay, so we gotta get that
Can
started.
you let people finish speaking? Is
Go
that
ahead.
possible? Thank you. We just tabled it, did we not?
Mm-hmm.
So that means that there's nothing going on with the wall. We still need to fix the wall. Our wall looks like, it looks terrible.
That's maintenance. You should have done it 5 years ago. Why haven't you done it for 5 years?
Hold on.
Why?
So I'm trying to do it now. Is that possible?
Right,
Okay.
right.
Hold on, I think,
Dwight wants to be on.
Dwight
So
wants
what
to
I'm
be
saying
on
is,
the
John, is we need to not table this wall thing. Like, we still need to fix this thing.
the only
like-
thing we tabled was the committee. I wasn't, I never intended for us to table the wall project, but
So the question.
it needs to be a high
Like,
priority. We all agree, we all ran on doing the entrance enhancements. One thing we can publish in the minutes is I never saw
on the
a
committee.
confirmation of the reason the project was paused.
What's the point of pausing it?
Okay,
We need
so
to do
we
it.
are gonna do.
I don't care who's on the committee,
Right,
we just need to do it.
Go for
Like,
it.
they can't, the point is, that shouldn't stop.
I don't think the wall should stop, but I think there's other things that are pressing right now that need to be done besides the wall at this moment. So just like the 30 days that we're looking for an attorney, we can take 30 days to table it and come back to it.
To table what? To
To
start,
table the wall, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
to table what, though? The committee?
To table the committee. Right now, we have certain things that need to get done. The wall, we need to figure out how we're gonna tackle the wall. We haven't figured that out. This whole wall issue and lying to the community about your voting system
But
that they
tabling
did
it
before.
doesn't fix it.
What, Tara, what are you proposing,
all
Tara? I
I'm
don't
saying is
understand.
the proponent of, like, not having the committee
We're not,
relook at the situation, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be my friends, it doesn't have to be your friend. I just want somebody looking at it. Sherry, if you want to help, if you want, I don't care who does it. I just want somebody to do it. Because tabling it doesn't get it anywhere.
I think
My
right now,
feeling-
the wall issue we need to fix what we have on this agenda. If you wanna put that on the next, what is it? When's the next meeting in a month? We can do it then. And talk about the wall. This is not
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we can
part
do
of
that.
it. Okay.
That's fine with me. Let's do that.
Part of it, because I'm making it.
I thought that was on the agenda already.
We're talking about unfinished business, are we not?
Can't, yeah.
I don't understand. If that's unfinished business, and that's why you talk about it.
I know we are talking.
So
about it.
for the.
So we're gonna table this for,
Let me just
Go
do
ahead.
one thing on this, for the, basically back to the entrance project committee, correct?
Correct.
That's included with the wall.
yeah,
Are we
yeah.
doing that? Okay, got it.
So I'm
So
saying,
as of now, Tara's off, I'm guessing. I have John, Kin, Tom Christensen, Edwards out, Drew, Peter, Snyder, Michael Wiggins, and Arun Serene. So are we starting fresh with all of
that's
this?
fine with me.
Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, whoever
we are-
needs to be
got
on,
it.
but just the point is that somebody needs to be on.
okay, got it. So
Just
that-
tabling
so
it
that
doesn't
means-
fix anything.
So that means are we moving this up to where, as a committee members, meaning are we moving this forward
Okay,
to where?
So I motion that
That
we,
we need to
that
get
we
a
have the wall
true-
committee. John, would you want to lead that committee?
Yeah, we can leave the committee. I
then-
would second that motion.
Committee, we have John run it.
Correct.
We get a second, or,
He's
not you, John.
No, no,
You can be on it if you want, you can be on it if you want. But the point is,
John Kent.
we still have to fix our problem. So it's gonna take a while, I guess, to get a new opinion of what
Yeah,
needs to
yeah,
be
yeah.
done to the wall.
in the discussion for your motion, I think it is important that the whole community know that we aren't indefinitely tabling, that we're moving forward. There are other priorities, as Tara said, but there's nothing wrong with, maybe we should just say we're doing the committee and ask for volunteers like all the others. And the
Exactly,
committee needs
that's
to
all.
know we're proceeding, not the committee, the world.
Jerry, you had
Noticing
something?
each other.
If we're moving forward, starting from scratch seems a little bit ridiculous to me, because I mean, that committee spent a whole lot of time and
I was
energy.
just gonna say that.
Can we at least
Look
have
at
a
what they,
report from that committee, then bring forward those committee members, assess whether they even want to still be on it,
Right.
call for new volunteers, but don't start from scratch.
Well, the good thing is John was already on that committee.
Yeah.
And if he's gonna lead it, then
still
he
gonna
has
be on?
the information.
I don't mind, I understand what you're saying, Sherry, we shouldn't start from scratch,
Right.
but it probably is not a bad idea considering how large this issue was in these last few months.
Yeah.
Okay, it's probably not a bad idea to take the same data that exists right now
Correct.
and take a fresh look at it,
correct.
not starting from square one.
But can we also consider bringing in the finance committee, so we have an evaluation of our finances and our reserves and our budget? To fully inform it, so that nobody in the community is running around with their hair on fire, thinking that somebody's trying to do an assessment when the reserves will take care of it, okay? That's all I ask.
Yeah, we're good with that.
And I think we need to build back the trust, because
Yeah, and
everyone in the
that's how you're gonna
community
do it.
does not trust the board. And we're
It's not, the
part of it.
committee isn't the board. A committee, like, that's what I'm
Yes,
trying to
and
get
that's
at.
what
The
assessment
committee
is.
is somebody, like, John is gonna
No, I
lead.
understand what
So
the
what we're
committee-
trying to get there
But
is to
we
get,
just we don't even want to bring that up as far as an assessment right now. We do want it, like. she
no,
said,
we're not talking about
gonna take a look at
assessment,
it.
but we need to figure out what it is that we need to actually get done. Right? I mean, if, somebody says, hey, we need to do all this, and then, new committee says, no, we need to do this. Okay, fine, but it still needs to get painted. Regardless.
I agree.
So, and fixed, right? So that's what we need a committee for. All right, so I essentially, so I guess I motion that we don't table the committee and the committee continues. Does anybody second that?
I think in 30 days, yeah, we can look at it.
You second it?
A second.
Nosh, you,
No.
For,
to continue, to have a committee to look at the wall again.
to have a committee to look at the wall.
To
Yes.
Look at the wall.
Correct.
But
Yes.
since when we did a committee to do regular maintenance,
The-
regular maintenance is the purpose for 5 people on the board, is just for the maintenance of the community.
The
Why is
problem,
that?
the problem, is, how we, it was before we had to, it was still gonna go over budget. Essentially, so we still needed to assess. So when they did when we did the previous board, we did the vote that was botched. There was 3 options. One was just repair and maintenance, one was like a fix,
I know.
and then the third was
Know
a big
very
fix.
well.
Okay, so, I have no problem with going with the fix. I wanna spend the money.
Okay, yeah, but we're not getting into that.
Right,
now.
that's what I wanna do, but I can't just say, hey, let's paint it if the rest of the board is not on board with painting the wall. I can't, I can't do that on my own. So the whole board needs to be on board.
Or a committee to maybe pick the color perhaps, but aside from that.
I want the wall painted. I don't like coming in the neighborhood. I saw it today and I was like, man, landscaping is shot. The wall has marks all over it. There's chips falling off of it. I'm like,
But this
and
would
like,
have been done if the.
just, it doesn't matter if it could have been done or not. We're talking about what we're doing now.
I think we all agree that we do need to fix the wall, but I think the biggest issue that I saw was that pressure washing was $98,000 in the budget. And so I think most of the community does agree that we need to fix the wall. I don't think we're disagreeing with you, Joe. I think it was just alarming to see the numbers that were being presented to get the job done.
Sure, that's fair. I'm rebid it. It doesn't, I'm not arguing against it. I'm just saying, let's move forward and actually get it done. Because
Yeah, easy,
tabling it doesn't do anything for us. We're still driving in the neighborhood every day. We still see it. Just
Okay,
'cause
let
we
me
don't-
ask, all right, I think,
We still need to get the job done.
all right, did we get a pass on your motion to not table the entrance
Yeah.
project? Okay, one statement, this brings up another question, sorry, this is whatever category. Does the existing community have a position for a maintenance man that can do little handyman jobs for us, like we used to with Campbell and other companies?
No.
Is there anybody on this call that knows somebody that we could talk to about doing community maintenance, like fixing a post, just pulling a post light that's tilted on the entrance wall? Somebody that could maybe fix that now.
Yeah, I have somebody. The question only is like what kind of requirements I just have to see what requirements we have of a handyman and see if they can meet those requirements.
Yeah, I have somebody also that does
Yeah.
work for HOAs and they have the proper insurance.
There
That's
you
what,
go. So
that's
as long
our
as they have
main thing,
insurance,
yeah.
yeah.
Main thing is you have to be properly insured
Absolutely.
and, and everything.
Sorry to
gets-
cut you off. I
Cool.
want to move along. I threw that in there. How about anybody that has an idea for a maintenance man, talk to Nosh and the board will vote on having a maintenance man on call at the next meeting. But let's get the names there. Nosh can gather it. It's sorely needed, changing a
Would
light
that
bulb.
be like for like projects up to like a certain amount, I guess? Is that how like
Yeah, yeah.
handyman?
Like
Like up
if,
to
like
like
if the,
$750 or something, like how does
yeah, I
that?
think that's how that, I think that's how that works. I can get more information on it, like if the toilet, like if we have to replace the toilet, we're not gonna call a plumbing company. You know, like in the guardhouse, like if the, you know, so we do need, I don't know why we haven't had it before, but that's whatever, we're going forward, but yeah, we
But
do
we
need
need-
somebody that can.
Up to a certain amount, right?
Correct,
Like,
correct.
let's say,
Now, it's not gonna be like $10,000 to
Right.
come and change it. to
$700.
Right.
Let's put that in there and that'll be discussion. And whoever was in the audience that said they knew somebody, send that to Nosh. And we can all, the board will talk about a financial limit for that person too.
Can that person also open and close the valve for the water to fill up the lake? I mean, I don't know what that process is, but.
I
isn't
do
that
it.
something
I
that-
open up the wall or I open up the valve and I close the valve.
2%.
Oh, okay.
I got 2% battery.
Okay, so John, I think we're good. So can we motion to adjourn the meeting?
No, next meeting date, please.
I motion to adjourn the meeting.
No, how about the next meeting date?
I second.
What's going on?
Do we have a date in mind? How
Okay.
long for another meeting?
Let's do it tomorrow. Let's go.
No, well, okay, I leave out of the country on the 18th of March. I come back on the 2nd, Ramadan month. So I'll be out of, yeah.
We should have white.
So if it's gonna be before the 18th of March,
That's what we should have.
I can do it. If not, it's gonna have to be in April.
The dude's he just,
Okay,
I
so
just,
I'll-
I was scootering around.
It doesn't have to be any particular day of the week. What about March 11? How about March 11?
Oh,
Wednesday?
can't do March 11, sorry.
How about the 12th?
But around, that's fine.
Say again?
That's fine with me.
How about you guys? March 12th, good?
Where's 12 not good for me?
About the 13th.
13th, I cannot do it. I have the Pine Tree Directors Meeting. Unless they cancel it.
President now, you gotta make time, man.
It's not good.
It's not a vacation. How
10th?
about,
The 10th, what day is the 10th?
No,
Monday.
March.
10th is not good for me either, sorry. 11th and 12th are no good. 13th was no good. How about the 17th? Is that still before your date? How about St. Patrick's Day, March 17? Hopefully I still have audio. I think I lost audio again.
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay, how about the board? Can they meet on March 17, even though it's St. Patty's Day? Maybe 6 o'clock? I can't hear the board. Is the board saying anything? Sorry. Someone there has to run it because obviously I'm not heard.
I'm not hearing them either, John. Maybe they lost their connection.
So nobody is on? I've still got 20 people in the room. All right, maybe they'll come back. Just give it a minute here. It seemed to come back last time.
Yeah, it seems everyone in the room are people who are logged in remotely, but I suspect the people who are there on site lost their signal or lost connection or something.
Drew did say he was at 2%, probably 2% ago. We should be able to text a Canon. Let me get on the phone with someone that's there with my phone. And then they can just tell us what's going on. Give me 1 second, everybody that's listening. Let me see if I can call Nosh. Oh, Tracy just said she adjourned. I just got a text. Maybe they had confirmed. Hold on. Everybody that's still on, just stay there for a second. I'm on the phone. Nosh didn't answer. Let me try someone else. Try Tara. Appreciate you guys hanging in there. Hopefully we'll figure this out.
It's nice to be part of the process.
Hey, I'm back again. You guys can hear now? I can hear you. Is there anyone on the board still in the meeting on this call? No? What's going on? I can't believe no one is answering. I'm being ghosted. Hey, Joe. Joe, nobody from the room, nobody from the room is in the chat. Date for the next meeting, did we confirm a date? How about March 17th? All right, I'll tell people online that are still listening. The meeting was closed, we'll pick a date and everyone will hear it. Yeah, okay, very good, that's fine. All right. I think the meeting is closed, so thank you all for attending. I'll leave it open for the chat if anyone has any questions or you want to, I guess the meeting's closed, so technically I should close the meeting. All right. Closing the meeting. Thanks everyone for attending. Any last minute words? Okay. That's that.
Hey, John,
Yeah, I'm here.
quick question. What's that? What is that valve that people were talking about the water level? This kind of valve. What is that?
There's one valve at the north end of the North Lake and the main lakes that goes under the sawgrass and connects to the Pine Tree Water District canals. And we have the ability to close that valve or open the valve to help regulate the level of water in the community.
Wow, I just lost a chunk of dirt shoreline on Saturday. My kids were playing outside, and that piqued my curiosity. So who do I talk to learn more about this valve and what I can do to help regulate if someone needs help or whatever?
What is your name? Sorry.
I'm sorry, this is Salim.
Oh, okay. Hack?
Yeah, Umar.
Umar, all right.
Yeah.
Umar, let me call you. Can you give me your phone number now?
Yeah. 773-307-6292. Actually, you already have me in your WhatsApp, John. Remember I came to your house to drop off the ballot at the fiasco with
I remember. So many Salims I know, sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, that's good. Happy to explain that. And that could come up as a board topic at some point too.
Cool, okay.
Well, I don't want to overspeak now. I know
No,
something.
understood.
I'm also on the lake. I haven't lost anything, but I hear you. It would.
Okay, yeah, it was just a little jarring. Never seen it before.
The level is way below that pipe now, so nothing we can
Wow.
do at this point. Yeah.
Okay, very good. But I mean, just just interesting to learn about, that's all.
Yeah,
But thanks,
no,
appreciate it.
it's nothing the board could really do to help that, but I can explain why it's happening with regard to the layers of soil and sand, et cetera, just so you have a better
Okay.
understanding.
Yeah, I'm originally from Chicago, so I'm learning about the soil and the limestone, all that stuff here. So it's all new.
Very good.
But thanks again. Okay, take care.
No worries. All right. See you. Bye.